saying no.
Not loud enough.
Yo.
Well,
is it working? Or is my mic on?
Mic's on.
Alright.
Good?
I'm straight.
All right.
I'm 1,000, baby.
All right. Heavy Crowns. I don't even know what the hell episode it is.
Oh, for real? I think 63?
63 in Spanish would be 63.
So I think it might be 64.
The 64 is 64.
Then it might be 65 because I feel like you said all them other two before already in Spanish.
I don't think so.
I think this is 65. I think you're used to saying, well, we're not 65 because you're used to saying 63 and 64 in Spanish. And I'm used to, I think I already heard those two in Spanish. So I think we might be on 65. If not, my bad. I mean, it is what it is. We have been gone for a minute. I'm happy to be back. So there's positivity, baby.
Just know we in this bitch.
No, yeah, I'm still here.
How y'all been though? Hopefully y'all been good. Hopefully y'all been kind of keeping on track.
Marking some goals off or learning or, jumping them obstacles, figuring it out, growing. Regardless, baby, keep pushing.
But it's Heavy Crowns. Your mama and them's favorite podcast.
This is culture, baby.
You know it's Sport Trilogy. Sitting there with my guy Levi. Please, if you have not already subscribed to the podcast, please hit the like button, share it with your mama and them, and follow us on the gram too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Podcast. You can follow me on the gram at Trilly Swago. I'll drop those, of course, in the description.
I do got an Instagram of my own, but it's Levi the Car Man. So you know where I'm doing the cars.
That.
Yeah. So I started that, and I got a lot of. But I post to it every day still. Post sales to it every day, but just get that pumping. And I don't know my Snapchat shit. My Snapchat ain't big, but I'm gonna start. I'll be using it too. That's if you don't fuck with Facebook, because I use Facebook.
We say that to say, long story short, fuck with a nigga.
Yeah, right?
Shit. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it feels good to be back. I hope y'all been well. Hope y'all, like Levi said, been kind of smashing your goals. Of course, we hit this checkpoint. So, of course, to get us back on track, shout out to my nigga Lincoln one time for the
he
one
was licking
time.
my leg.
He's excited to be back.
Hell yeah, I know he is. That motherfucker's stout. I'll fuck him up though. But he's kind of hearted for real.
He's a big ass baby.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's cool.
Yeah, shout out to Lincoln.
But yeah, I'm Trill. I'm happy to be back. I really am. It sucks that we really don't know, because I really, y'all know this. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, every episode, I'm waiting for Trill to tell me what episode we on. Remember at one time I was behind a whole episode, but damn, we're in the 60s. I know that, and that's a motherfucking blessing because we all know self-discipline is hard. We all know what we need to do, but a lot of us ain't doing what we need to do, and some of us are doing what we need to do, but it's half the time. And we are where we are individually because of our individual fucking choices and shit. But hey, you gotta grow. You gotta figure it out. But I think the statistic was only 7 episodes. 7 episodes.
Do 7 episodes and quit.
Start a podcast and they typically don't go past like 7 episodes.
Well,
7 recordings.
Past that, and we still here.
Yeah, definitely.
And y'all are still here. So shout out to you who's watching this podcast.
Yeah.
If you're new to the podcast, hopefully you will stick around for 65 more episodes.
Yeah.
Right? And then 65 more after that.
Yeah.
And then 65 more after that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
But no, we definitely appreciate the ones that have supported us so far. I know a lot of people probably thought we would have quit by now.
There's people that's keeping an eye whether they watch the whole episode or not. They're watching us to see, like I told you so type of thing.
They ain't gonna be able to tell me that because I'm still going, baby. Still going strong.
I would like to think that I don't have anybody that thinks like that about me. Right? You hear me?
What's up?
I got people that, I like to think that there isn't people out there that thinks like that about me. Yeah. Like, oh, he's going to fail. But maybe there is, right? There's got to be.
They're definitely out there because this one's going to make themselves feel better.
But I don't want nobody
whenever
to
they
fail.
see you struggling. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody perfect, right?
No, hell no.
Progression, you know what I'm saying? I preach that progression, not perfection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, as long as you're, most definitely.
But at the same time, though, we are what we consistently do.
Yep.
Right?
Thoughts too.
Yeah, but I mean, what we do though,
there's actions too.
What we do, what we like put out in the world, and we actually like.
Yeah.
So I can think good thoughts all day, but if I don't really do anything, then it's kind of like.
Yeah. You can know all this info. So, oh, you're reading these books, you're doing this and that. Exactly. But hey, are you actually doing? Kind of. Sometimes like me, that's where self-discipline comes in. Like hell, I ain't started back working out. I ain't started back fucking running. But hey, I've been working like a motherfucker. I mean, I could do a little better with my health. I know that. I think this is another restart. I actually planned on, starting out. I want to get into my exercise because I do it at home with kettlebells. I got to buy me some kettlebells. But hell, I've been busy chasing the fucking bag. You know what I'm saying? And now I got a bag, and I don't know what to fucking do with it. Like, should I invest it? Because I got a plan. I ain't got a new plan. New income, but not a new plan to know what I need to do like I used to have. But so I can invest a lot more, and I can, give a lot more, help a lot more, share a lot more, and so I'm trying to figure that out. I ain't been disciplined on that, and that's why I'm happy to, like, I got good friends. I got good friends, and what I mean by friends, I mean brothers. You know what I'm saying? Most of them, there's some girls out there that's my friends, but I ain't fucking her now like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Megan's my best friend. She really is. But like I got brothers, dude, and you're one of my brothers, and it's good to do this with you because you're my only brother that's doing this with me. Maybe I don't know how they feel. Maybe they're judging us because hey, we're doing this and it. So far,
I always welcome to come on the podcast, so I can't be saying that.
No, this is culture. Heavy Crowns is culture. It will be fucking top shows, dude. I'm telling you, this is culture. We just have to be a little more disciplined on what we're doing. We gotta treat it like it's something like a flower. We gotta water it. I mean, we show up. We really are. We're pretty consistent showing up and doing it. But I think we're heading in a good direction. I mean, for sure. We're still on the fly. The plane ain't crashed yet, and it ain't gonna crash.
Right.
So
we just be on autopilot sometimes.
Oh yeah, but that's because we're not perfect. But we gotta eventually get tired of using it as an excuse.
But I mean, how you been though?
I've been good. Just like I said, working like little Mexico, baby. Working hard. I mean, not working. I can work harder, but just working all the time. Oh shit! Last 10 days of last month, hell, I got COVID. We shut down for a minute. Yeah. So so when we were supposed to record last week, that was like the day before that was the day I could get out of quarantine. Yeah, I think 16 or 17 and missed 10 days. I was on pace for like 30. That's straight. So I'm doing good.
Prayers up for Sean. Sean got COVID right now, I'm pretty sure. I think. Yeah,
Baltimore?
Yeah. He went to the ER.
Hell,
not his wife, I don't know if his wife, but his girl did too.
Megan got where she works. She's a nurse. She tested twice that week as I was in quarantine, and she's good. Kids are good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing is okay. Well, she tested twice that week, workplace, and she was good. Then why is she still in quarantine herself? You see, it's like it's all.
Yeah, it's
and it only lasted 2 days with me. Granted, I got a buddy, Big Chad, that got bronchitis. He has bronchitis. So when he got it too, I sold a truck to him. I don't know if he gave it to me. I gave it to him. I don't know. I don't know. And I didn't feel bad for another few days after him, but he got it, and he got pneumonia. I got another buddy that got it and got pneumonia. But they're good. They're not dying or nothing, but they just caught another little thing with that. So, like the way it made me feel, kind of made me like before this was all a big thing. Before COVID was a big thing. Remember beginning of 2020, late into 2019. I talked about. I think I might have had it. I think I did have it. I was running 3 miles every day for a week straight. I could only run about a mile. It was like that. But this time, I just laid up in the bed, relaxed, recovered, drank fluids, didn't drink, didn't do nothing. Might have been, got high a lot, but laid in bed and ate a shit ton. You know what I mean? So, other than that, though, just been working. Landon started football. He's one of the smallest ones and younger ones on that team. And he don't know much, so they just stuck him at the end. But he figured it out when I pulled him to the side and let him know. But yeah, he's a beast, dude.
He's enjoying it, like
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to hear. And then, of course, prayers to the families, of course, of people who are being affected by any type of illness out there, not just COVID. And of course, prayers to the families that have been affected by the hurricane that hit recently as well.
Oh yeah, dude, that's pretty crazy. We got a little bit of that storm.
Because I mean, not necessarily fun fact, but if y'all hear the fan going in the background, like, of course we're gonna have some AC issues because our AC unit has kind of been it's old as hell.
Oh yeah.
But we're still blessed though, because you look at the stuff people going through with these hurricanes, stuff like that. I mean, me not having air conditioning, I can deal with that. You know what I mean? So
No.
prayers to the families down there that have been affected by that and have kind of lost everything.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I ain't never been through a hurricane. You know what I mean? I don't know
I've
what
been
it's
in
like to
tropical
have my home taken away from me just like that. You know what I mean? So
I've talked to my grandma when Hurricane Charlie hit. I was in 5th grade, so you're in 7th grade. And then when Hurricane Katrina hit, I was in 5th. Charlie was before, so I would think maybe 3rd grade. I remember 2009. I was in 5th grade. Might have been 9 years old, but me and my brother, my dad took us because he had some work lined up for Hurricane Katrina. Like when shit happened, go down there and fix some houses and shit. And I remember at one point we were in the town. I seen a hotel probably 8 to 15 stories tall, and the upper half motherfucking shifted. Like you could see, like it's a hotel, all perpendicular, lined up, and the motherfucker was shifted. You know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck? And we got on the other side of town, closer to the ocean, and there's a railroad track, and it was guarded up with National Guard and the military, with big old rows of barbed wire. It was like a fence, but it was like a giant roll. That's all it was, a giant roll of barbed wire, probably 6 foot tall. Like, ain't nobody gonna run through it. It's a barrier.
yeah.
But, hell, I remember my dad and Keith, Keith, and who my dad was doing the work with, tell me and Kobe to hide. He was probably Landon's age, and I was probably 10, maybe. I was 9 or 10. He's 2 years younger. We hid up under the back of the truck, and we went over, dude, and houses were destroyed right there on the shore, destroyed. Fucking a huge fucking ship pushed in off the water, off into the neighborhood, dude. Big, I'm talking biggest boat. It was a ship. It wasn't a boat. It was a ship. Not a yacht. It was a ship. So some of them got it. I mean, you seen what? We got a little where I live on top of that hill. It gets windy as fuck, and around that time, after a day or so, I knew it was coming. You can feel it. I pay attention to that since I was like, I bet you that was pretty bad. I seen some videos, 150 in the heart of it, the guts of like the trenches, 150 mile per hour wind, and it ain't like a tornado. A tornado just does its thing, and it it's moving X amount of speed, and it's gone. A hurricane is just a storm with big winds. That shit might last an hour. It might last 4 hours. It might last 8 hours. And imagine 6 hours or so at 150 miles per hour. Eventually, some shit's gonna happen. People's houses are built good and shit, and some made it through even when it was 80 mile per hour. But still, and thank God for insurance too. I mean.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, if you ever question why I got insurance.
But there's still an emotional feeling and shit, too. I mean.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's a lot of emotional toll that goes into that. I mean, of course, like I said, I've never been through that.
Remember Katrina had that big flood? I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure it flooded, too, here, or this one, but.
Yeah, that's why. So, not shout out. Prayers to all those families out there. If y'all support Heavy Crowns, drop some praying hands in the comments so they can see that. If somebody is from Louisiana or coast, New York, whoever has been affected, they can see that. We support them. Even though, I mean, we've been gone for a while, so I ain't going to talk like I've been on my discipline 100%.
Oh, yeah.
God been talking to me, life's been smacking me in the face.
How have you been? How have you been, bro? Like, I'm happy to see you. Like, I missed you. Like, you're my dog.
I'm becoming stronger because... I'm becoming stronger because I mean, like you said, how's life? I said life is life. Just because right now, I mean, life is life.
I mean, it's good.
I think people know what I mean when I say that. I'm not saying that it's bad.
I do, though.
I'm not saying that it's great. It's just life is life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, some people probably don't get what you're saying, and I get what you're saying. But so I just wanted to life is good.
For the most part, life is good.
You're pretty blessed
because, like I said, I'm blessed. I ain't getting going through no hurricanes, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here. Got all 4 limbs. Still got my right frame of mind. So I haven't necessarily been affected by COVID personally like that or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of things to be grateful for. It's just, having to go through the stress kind of sometimes. Like, sold a car to gentleman.
Was that the other day?
Saturday. I used to go to the National Fitness in Morristown.
With the Cadillac part backed up? Was the Cadillac?
That day, yeah, but that wasn't that deal, though. We used to go to the National Fitness. Shout out to Jose, back to California. Hope you're doing well over there. Yeah, I used to go to National Fitness with him, and I sold a car to an Hispanic fellow that I used to always see in the gym, but I never really spoke to. Just because when I be in the gym, I have my headphones in.
No, Trill's
I don't really want to talk when I'm in the gym.
Trill's a smart guy. Like, he's the best. I mean, I'm saying he ain't perfect, but he's I don't know, like 9 times out of 10, like he's in the shadows. I mean, he's doing everything we all doing, but he's in the shadow. Me, I can get my way out of it from likability, but then all my like he's a good one. He is a good one. And
Levi, I don't like to talk. Right?
Not really, no.
So when I'm in the gym, I really don't want to talk because I got my headphones in. I'm trying to get.
You're there for a reason.
Yeah, I'm there to get. And of course, me having this interaction with this fellow as me selling a car, it was still so natural because we seen each other so much in the gym.
It was more comfortable.
Yeah, and he was kind of like, man, where you been? I ain't seen you in the gym.
Made the deal easier, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah. Just because right off the bat, it's kind of like, dang.
That's why I sell to all my friends and shit. Because I can help them out.
So it was kind of, us not necessarily
hanging out,
building rapport because we already had rapport.
Just hanging out.
Just kind of, us catching up. Really.
Made job easier.
And it just made me realize that I say all that to kind of say. I kind of be in my own zone, like Levi said. Like I be in the backgrounds and the shadows, so life be happening to me. But at the same time, still life is good. Right?
Yeah. You got a good job.
I will say, as far as the discipline side of it, of course, told Levi, this ain't got nothing to do with discipline, but I ain't smoked all week. Just me on the whim. He said,
I used to smoke 2 packs of Marlboros a day.
We ain't even talking cigarettes because I don't fuck with cigarettes. But ain't really smoked all week. And really, I've kind of cut. Y'all see me, I'm not really drinking right now. I got a bottle of water on the table right now. It's not to say that I'm trying to do that for a certain period of time. Woke up one morning, was like, I'm just going to y'all for a second. That's not to say I won't smoke tonight. I feel like maybe I won't. I don't know. But 9 times out of 10, maybe not.
No, I've been there. I quit and I fucking smoked, and sometimes I still feel like I can still quit smoking. But, hell, if you're, how long you feel like, what's telling you, how long?
It's not even a thing where it's kind of like I said, I don't want to necessarily like put a date on like how long I want to do it for. It's just the feeling, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like that, I told you that one time, like I'm not really doing an intermittent fasting thing right now. Like I told you, I woke up that one morning, it's like, time to fast. I just want to fast. I don't know. I wake up certain mornings or whatever, I just kind of get that whim just to do something, just to try something, or just to be more disciplined or something. But I have been reading. I know I told y'all I finished the Knowledge of Self book, and I don't know if I told y'all I started the book Beating the Street by Peter Lynch.
I like the name of that.
Because he wrote the book Went Up on Wall Street, which I think I've come to the podcast talk about. Same author, same hedge fund manager, same investor. Probably one of my favorite investors, Peter Lynch. If you don't know who he is, please look him up. But of course, in Beating the Street, I have not finished it yet. I'm about halfway through.
How much does he? Do you know how much he's like?
I don't know what
Ray Dalio's like $17 billion or something.
I don't know what he's necessarily worth. I can't tell you that, but I will tell you he was with Fidelity. I don't know if you know what Fidelity is.
Yeah.
Brokers now, and of course, a lot of funds in there. But he started Fidelity the numbers aren't going to be accurate, but I'm going to get in the ballpark. He started Fidelity with a fund at $18 million. He grew it to so many billion.
Yeah.
In other words. So basically, he knows what the fuck he's doing, right?
That's what I'm trying to be.
He's well respected in the investing game as well. As far as Beating the Street and all that kind of stuff, of course, what he tells you to do, if you don't have the time to sit down and research stocks and really break down the companies, like you should be doing if you want to invest in them.
You're still in that? Like,
yes.
Like you still putting money a little bit every paycheck?
Yeah, I'm still on track to hit my goals. Like, even though we've been away, I'm still on track to hit my goals as far as the investing thing. But Peter Lynch basically tells you if you don't have the time to do that kind of stuff, all you got to do is invest in indexes and ETFs. That's all you got to do. And you'll be able to beat inflation, and you'll be able to beat the market per se. Because I'll tell you right now, the S&P I think is up 20% on the year. I don't think my portfolio is up 20% right now.
So you still can do. You can still.
So that goes to show you guys, if I would have invested this in the S&P this whole year, money would be a little bit larger. But I mean, That's either here nor there because there's going to be years where I do beat the S&P 500. But I mean, yeah. So reading the book, actually, I got this new board here recently. So I have some goals. Yeah. So to show y'all this, right? I write down my goals for the week. Now I can't see some of these. Nice. I like it. Hopefully y'all can see this because I can't really see this right now. But I'm pretty sure it says, run 3 miles. Not including the 2 miles I ran today, by the way. But run 3 miles. I think it says sell 3 cars. Break down CHPT. If y'all know what CHPT is, it's a company. It's a ticker symbol. It's a company. Charge point. Break down that company. And then meditate every day. Thank God every day. So I do write down my goals now. Start a new audiobook. Speaking of which, audiobook. I did start and finish since last podcast, the Compound Effect audiobook. And as far as the compound effect, I think we all know what the compound effect is, per se. But just long story short, our decisions that we make compound. So the decisions that we make as far as maybe reading the book instead of watching television, that's going to compound, right? Because you're going to maybe decide to do that more often.
If you do that every day.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily, like you said before, you don't necessarily have to do everything all at once or have everything done. And I
used to try and I burn out.
Yeah, that's the thing, too. Like, you have to find that balance because you don't necessarily want to, like, read, okay, I'm going to read 10 pages a day. So now I got to read 11 pages tomorrow, 12 pages the next day. Because you will kind of, you know what I'm saying, get burned out. Just stay with that 10 pages, but try to get that 10 pages.
Eventually, one day you're like, you just you wait, you kind of pay attention, or you're reading that 10 pages, and all of a sudden, you're like, fuck, I just read 50 pages. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's that muscle being built up.
And one thing that I do kind of want to not point out, it's not common sense, but sometimes we got to be reminded, right? Because you brought it up earlier about, people in your life, brothers and all that. Our circle of influence is big, right?
No, I love my circle. My circle's
a circle of influence is very important to us because you are who you hang out with. Yeah. You are who you watch on social media. You are, you know what I'm saying? You just pick up
who you listen to, who you believe in, and
as the saying goes, if you're the smartest person in the room, then you probably need to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's the saying? Your income is like 5% of the next.
If you're the smartest in every room you go into,
yeah, it's just,
or somebody ain't climbed a higher mountain. Like, we've all climbed some mountains, but what we need to do is climb that mountain, celebrate, get the fuck down, and go climb a bigger one. Because if you sit there and you're sitting there talking about what you did back in the day or whatever, well, motherfucker, you already climbed that mountain. Why are you still on top of that mountain?
Or something like that,
why are you still on top of that mountain? You should already have came down that bitch and climbed the bigger one.
The circle of influence should be there to motivate you.
If you ain't growing, you're dying.
Exactly.
And it is hard. I mean, fuck. It is hard. It is hard. Like, I think I had a little rap lyric, like, life is a bitch, but I'm its pimp. I did that back when I was 19. I didn't fully finish it, but I had a song, and it was life is a bitch, but I'm its pimp. And what I mean by that is life can be hard, but guess what? I'm going to rise above. I mean, it is what it is. No matter what, I'm going to smack that bitch around. And I'm not saying go smack some fucking girls or nothing. But,
if she's talking out of line, you might not go.
No, I mean, no. I mean, I seen a video where a dude was in the gas station. And what if I ain't a human? What if I'm just a being? And they fucking tricked us by saying human and putting fucking label on us and suppressing us by saying we're a human when really we're not. Because I'm infinite, baby. I'm full of fucking energy. Like, my body, I might be put to rest, but I ain't dying.
The energy, you cannot create or destroy.
No, and everything came from a thought. We are all part of God. We all are. We need to all just come together and get our shit together. Granted, you can have your differences and shit. You can be gay, straight, lesbian, whatever, black, white, Catholic, Baptist, even though the Catholic we can kind of, you know what I'm saying, y'all suspect. But you can be Muslim, this and that and that and this, but because everybody the Christians do want to say, like, hey, Jesus, 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 and then they want to judge if you're a Muslim and not a Christian. But when really Jesus wouldn't pick no sides. And then he kind of did. He did pick good over evil, but dude, that's just a natural thing.
Yes,
unless you're evil, and there is evil here. But I really think good is outweighing. I really think natural, like, I think there's people that's corrupt and blinded, but deep down I think there's more good than there is evil. You just can't have one without the other, so it's here. But what was that?
The concept of duality, you can't have one without the other.
But what was you saying?
I don't really know what I was saying.
I was saying something, but...
I meant to bring this book up, the Stock Trader's Almanac. if you are interested in getting in the stocks. Long story short, this kind of gives you a day-by-day breakdown of some history facts and some kind of the cycles of the market, because the market does go in cycles.
Yeah.
The new one drops in October, I think at the end of October for 2022. So I will be buying that. But if you are interested, I'd highly recommend you buy that.
Did you read it or you just skimmed through it type of thing?
I did not own it whenever it dropped, so I kind of had to skip to the month I started reading it, which I think was in like, it's only been a few months. And I think it ends in October, that's when the new one comes out.
So it shows the months, but what?
You can read through there and look at the facts and some of the history notes and stuff like that.
So like history.
It's not like an actual book, like you read it and like.
So history repeats itself. Did you see where all the big hurricanes were all on the same date, so many years apart, like in synchrony, like gematria, like speaking with numbers and things like that?
Yeah, if you can learn the cycles of the market,
because there is people pulling strings, right?
Game, right?
There's people pulling strings.
There's always people.
They're timing when they need to get richer, and when there's people controlling the market, and the people that's controlling the market is the one pulling the fucking strings.
So yeah, if you know the market cycles, it kind of gives you an advantage over people.
We in September, right?
Yeah, we're in September now. But yeah, so I highly recommend that one. So you guys can kind of get an idea. Of course, as far as like I said, I'm still on track hitting my goal of hitting 20,000 by the end of the year. Still on track for that. Now, I will say this. I had intentions of, like, I don't want y'all to think me reading a stock trades almanac means I'm a trader. A trader means that I trade stocks or trade equities or trade assets or whatever. I don't do that yet. I have plans of starting that by the end of the year. I don't know if I necessarily want to start that just yet because the books I'm reading, I kind of want to make sure I know really what the hell I'm doing. I got one trade in progress right now that I've kind of been doing good on, but I'm going to take a hold off on that for right now. I'm still going to kind of do my long term.
Do you think the dollar will collapse? Because if you look at history, all fiat, has
paper
has went away.
Dollar
all
will
fiat
necessarily collapse, but I think as far as the dollar, as far as like the U.S. currency, I think they're going to pivot and do something like as far as just not necessarily. I don't want to say they're going to go to like I don't know, a coin or whatever.
No,
I think they're going to transfer
it
into
digital
like a
dollar.
digital dollar,
just like the digital one,
and,
the CBDC.
Yeah, you will use that instead of using the paper, thing.
But yeah, see, so you did that. So like, let's say you're at the gas station, you buy something. That transaction from that CBDC to that fucking whatever system that the store's at or whatever, that bridge will be that XRP. But that's. But like, do you believe the dollar? Like, Rome will fall again, right? Egypt will fall. Like, the dollar will be like it won't be worth shit. It'd be like Venezuela. Like how their money it ain't shit now.
Like I said, I think the dollar, the paper dollar will. But like I said, I think the U.S. whoever is going to pivot into something new.
So what will it be backed by? Go or
that I can't call. I can't tell you that because I don't know what the hell they're thinking. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
I seen two things: 60 ounces and 200 ounces. 60 ounces of silver or 200 ounces of silver. I like to think 60, but 200 makes more sense. But 60 ounces of silver, you're a 1% holder of silver. Like you're a 1%er when it comes to, I hope, like stacking silver. And it's like, damn, that's it. And then you look at how much would 60 ounces of silver cost? I googled it. I think it was like it's worth like $1,200-$1,300. Hell, I can take $1,200-$1,300. Boom, I'm already a 1%er.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about doing that. Boom, I'm a 1%er in that. I'm at in certain parts of cryptos. I'm at least a 10%er in certain cryptos and shit. So. But
you find those distressed markets nobody wants to get into. You get into them, you're already ahead of the game.
But I believe the stock market is too, because all it is just holding or shares of companies, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I believe some companies are going to fucking do good.
Yeah.
From here on out.
The thing about the stock market is because a lot of people will be like, the stock market is a scam or anything like that.
No.
But it's kind of like I want y'all to think about it this way, right? With these companies. These companies are really, they're U.S. based, but really international. Because they have companies. I mean, these companies are not just U.S. companies.
Like Amazon.
Yeah, they're so international.
Google,
as far as
Facebook.
They're not going to go under because the thing about it is, if they go under, then the U.S. economy goes under.
Yeah,
and if you believe in the U.S., then why would you believe, you know what I mean, in that aspect? But I mean, I don't necessarily want to get too deep into that. I just say that to say that the stock market is going to have a crash, right? But I feel like these companies are always going to go back up because they're going to find ways to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you look at companies, like there's companies that have Bitcoin and crypto in their portfolios. You probably wouldn't know that if you just watch TV all day.
Yeah.
But there is companies that like I said, they know how to pivot and they know how to kind of, I don't know, adapt.
And that market's still really early still.
It is. It really is. So that's why I think for the long term, and I think everybody should get started now. If you have not, if you ain't heard us preaching this whole time for the past year or so that we've been talking about all this shit.
I gotta get more discipline,
right?
Like get back on that plan, like figure out this much to this now. I gotta get that plan back, but
start now. And I mean, of course, even because you're 26 now.
Yeah.
See, and I'm 28.
Yeah.
So Levi's already got 2 years ahead of me. Right? 'Cause I didn't start when I was 26.
Yeah, if you look at it that way, we kind of started at the same time in a way. Mostly getting disciplined, really getting it started. We kind of started at the same time. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so for anybody who's younger than 28, I highly recommend you guys start now because you can get so ahead of the game. Like me, I'm so glad I started at 28, but I wish I would have started
18.
Yeah, but I mean, hindsight's 2020, and live and you learn, right?
We all on our own time.
And I wish I had a motherfucker in my ear telling me, hey, now not granted, would I probably listen to the motherfucker? No, probably not. I probably would have said, yeah, okay, whatever. Let me go buy a sack of weed. Let me go, whatever.
But we have a good circle.
Yeah. So, but I hope that you guys hear us talk about it enough. Just have to link it at the camera one time, but hopefully y'all have heard us talk about it enough to where you get started into something. You ain't got to be breaking down companies and know like the how much cash flow that Apple has, or know that damn Amazon is trying to get into healthcare or anything like that.
Yeah.
But if you just invest in an index or invest in an ETF, your money is constantly growing every day.
And I think the silver shit's simple and easy for people too.
You just want to invest
it's only $25 an ounce. I mean, you're going to pay a premium, which is you're going to end up paying somebody more, like a dealer more.
If y'all motherfuckers want to invest in damn corn. Look, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's too. Cattle.
Yeah.
I mean, I got cattle. Like, if worst comes to worst, I got, I can sell some cattle and I got the money. Or I can sell my stocks, I got some money. I can sell my fucking crypto, I got some money.
Because
got my savings, but
it hits home for me because, not to cut you off, but it hits home because I had a big expense hit me here in the past month that I had to take some money out of my savings, right? And I've been kind of putting money into my savings, but not as much as I've been putting into my investment account, right? Because I want my money in my investment account to grow.
Yeah.
But I had been putting money into my savings account for a while. And I had to take out some money, so I was like, hey, can I get my balance real quick? Because I don't check my balances like that because I don't want to know how much money I have like that. I want to put money in there and just let it grow. And I checked my balance and I was like, damn, this shit ain't growing in here. Like, I'm throwing money in it, but it ain't fucking growing in here.
Yeah.
Like, I was disgusted.
Like, it's like right there about,
it's like
a little less,
the money, like the money I put into is just the money I put into it. Like, it ain't
what is
growing.
it? What is it?
Like,
and really, it's just going down in value.
Basically.
Because they keep printing it.
Basically. And it was kind of like, not that, because I already knew, but at that moment, I realized, like, yes, I'm doing the right thing, putting my money into the market.
Good thing this ain't the only account.
Yes.
Yeah, the good thing this ain't the only account. I'm putting some money to work. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I got a couple little things. I need to continue to be disciplined and keep doing what I've been doing. And then on top of that, continue to get more cash flow coming in. Because So, like, we are lucky. Like, we are, like, I'm grateful. I really am grateful. And I just need to be disciplined when it comes to that more. I really do.
But the thing about it is, though, you've already kind of gotten started. You already know more than the average motherfucker. You know what I mean?
I ain't done.
So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, you have to restart. You just have to...
No, even if I just ride out with what I got, hell, I'll be better off than 99% of the rest of the fucking population anyways. Yeah. I mean, I really will be. Even if I just stayed like this and just ride whatever out. Right. I'm going to be better off than 99%. That's crazy. But I know I got so much more.
Yeah, the sky ain't the limit. We limitless. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think there's really no such thing, is there?
Yeah, we're limitless. I don't want necessarily to say the sky's the limit. When I hit the sky, what's going to happen next?
We got free choice. Yeah, I don't think it don't make sense.
But as long as you're constantly climbing higher. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's get off that. You said something about limit, like sky's the limit, but some people that's hit some fucking peaks I just want to know what you think. I don't listen or watch TV much or listen to music or anything, but like, okay, so Kanye dropped his shit. Have you ever listened to it or what? He did like some the listening thing and Mercedes Benz. That was nice. Like how he like that's crazy. Like that's a big event.
Yeah.
What was it called? Donda.
Donda. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
What did you think about it? 1 through 10.
Oh, the album.
10 being the best.
Because I'm a Kanye fan. I've been a Kanye fan for a while. I don't want to say that like because he's going popular right now, but I think I've been a Kanye fan for a while. But
nobody was really supposed to listen to
as
that. As
far as the album goes, I'm going to give it a 7.
That's what I was going to say, about 7.
And I'm going to give it a 7 because I think, now granted, I get the whole concept of him doing the listening parties, letting us be not necessarily involved, but us listening, I guess, to the progression of what he's doing with the album. But to me, I kind of think he wrote that out a little bit too much.
Yeah. It was too long.
Yeah, and now from a business standpoint, it was smart. Before I got paid doing it.
Yeah, what he did. Yeah.
So business standpoint, smart as hell, Kanye. But for the album and the music standpoint, I feel like there's a lot of fillers in the album. A lot of filler songs that kind of been left out. It's a 27 track.
It was like an hour and a half long. Almost 2 hours long.
To me, granted, now.
Almost 2 hours long.
It was a clean album, right?
It was creative.
Well, I mean, saying clean because he's doing secular music, whatever. So he didn't want it to be, I don't know, like a rap.
He named it after his mom. So he wanted that.
So the whole concept, was beautiful. Like I said, the filler songs in it though that I didn't like, and I also think that the album got carried by the features he had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Almost on like some DJ Khaled type shit.
But kind of like he knew what he was doing though, in a way.
Yeah, kind of like he knew what he was doing, but as far as like Kanye album, I don't know if it's one of my favorites.
No.
You know what I mean?
It's not his best.
But I do like the album though. I do like the album. There are some songs that I like, some songs that I love, and some features that I love on there that I think he blended well. I mean, he's a very creative person. He's a genius when it comes to music. I mean, he's been in the game. People don't really know this.
I mean, he is, but in his own way.
People don't really know this, but Kanye's been in the music business since the early 90s. Not early 90s. He's been
late 90s, early 2000s,
he was a producer before he was a rapper.
Yeah.
So Kanye's been in the game for a long time.
Yeah, all of our whole life.
And it takes, as far as artistry, staying power.
Ain't he getting a divorce?
It takes, I don't know what's going on with that.
Is that finalized? I think maybe if it's not finalized now, but whenever it does get finalized, I think he's going to spill some beans. Let some cats out the bags. Because you know how he always be talking God this, good, and that. And
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I think
I've heard about that. I don't know if he's getting.
And I did watch that Rogan interview, even though it's older, but like he's still with her. So yeah, I mean, and then how his music is now, how it's always been, and then he named this after his mom, and then in the listening thing, it had the hearses or whatever it was, like a funeral in a church, and how she died, and it was all. I mean, he's fighting a demon right now, but he's a good-hearted person, and he's really smart. So it's like he maybe. I mean, just to see it and how that good and evil that is inside of him fighting and expressing itself is pretty good. And then there was fucking Drake. He fucking dropped his shit, and
I'm not gonna tell you which one I like better because I don't necessarily want to like put them two against each other because I think they're two totally different albums.
They're beefing. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's been a thing. Yeah. I
like two songs for sure. That's it. That I know for sure.
Drake
on Drake,
two has staying power, so I think that's why. Drake's been in the game for a while. Not as long as Kanye, of course, but Drake's been in the game for a while
and killing it every time.
Yeah, killing it every time. As far as the album, if I was going to rate it on a 1 to 10, so far I would probably put it at a 7 as well.
Yeah, I was going to say 7, 8, yeah, for sure. I like that Girls Like Girls and Fair Trade.
Because some of the songs do sound like some typical Drake shit, like you probably heard before, right? But there are some songs that I do like. But the thing about it is, though, if you really sit back, I mean, they could all just be, like, it's not all, but him and Kanye is really playing a game.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the background and behind the scenes, they could probably really be on the phone, like, look at these dumb motherfuckers thinking we're beefing. Meanwhile, they made our sales go up, you know what I'm saying, so much.
That's how I feel about Trump being president,
you know
too. You know,
that's neither here nor there.
No, I think, like, people, Trump really was good. I believe he was good. But then again, some parts of me tells me, nah, he just was one of the best actors to do it. Because they're all puppets. He was just one of the best ones to do it. He took the fucking heat. He took more heat than any president, for sure. Even Obama. And you got the people want to say, oh, racism and shit. Racism really isn't as bad as it fucking is. I mean, shit pops up here and there, but that shit's fading away. And the only reason it's still around is because bringing it up, and I just brought it up. But you get what I'm saying? Like, on average, Trill, I'm not an African American, but I'm not a black guy. I'm a white guy, so I mean, the lenses are a little different, but I still see it. You know what I'm saying? I still see it, and I think there's way less racism than there was, if there was, but when there was, 60 years ago, 70, 80 years ago? Like,
not even 70, 80.
Well, we're 2021. I figured 60 years ago would be 20, 40. That'd be in the 60s. I was trying to get around the 60s, and it was kind of...
Well, you got to think.
Not
that's
even
when 20 years ago, because even...
20 years ago?
Not even... I was going to say, it's not... People think, and they're not just you, but people think that just because all of a sudden, whenever Martin Luther King got shot, like, that was it. To be honest, that shit kind of went on for a little bit longer. But as far as like the history books and stuff, they're not going to tell you that or teach you or show you kind of what went on kind of after he got shot.
Now, there was some other shit. You get the 80s and 90s.
There's a lot of, as far as crack being pushed into the neighborhoods and stuff like that. There's a lot
huge, big cities.
A lot deeper stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's stuff neither here nor there. It's more about really, if you really want to go back down deep into it, good versus evil.
Yeah. Because really we all have free will, and we're all human. I mean, we're all the same. I mean, some's bigger than others, different color skin and all that, but at the end of the day, whether you're Muslim, Christian, or fucking Buddhist, or whatever, North Korean, South Korean, you get what I'm saying? Like, we're all still together, but here we are, something's doing all this pulling and dividing.
It's the system that we're in. Like, not necessarily the system as far as, like, I don't know, shout to Kanye coming up.
You think there's an awakening happening?
Awakening, what do you mean?
Like everybody's starting to wake up to a little bit of some shit or no? Like how, racism really isn't a thing because we all are the same.
I think
fuck a religion, all this and this and that. Right, there is right and there is wrong, but we should all still love. And I mean, you think more people are waking up?
I don't think it's more people are waking up. I think it's that we're so deep ingrained into the rat race, in other words, per se, that it's like, not that people are starting to accept it, but they are. In other words, they're realizing that they are accepting it, if that kind of makes sense. Because I don't want to say people are waking up, because I still don't see people out here doing anything about or changing how they move or changing how they, I don't know, how they go about things.
So people are accepting the rat race.
Like, I see a lot of people talking, you know what I mean? But I don't see people, I don't know.
People are accepting the rat race.
Like, I think people think that.
What if you're accepting the rat race? Because the rat race has been running since before.
I'm not saying that I haven't.
But remember when we were kids, we didn't know it. Rat race.
I'm no exception, y'all.
No, I know that.
It's not exception. But I think a lot of people take it as far as, like, as long as they, I don't know, say I don't know if they, like, as long as they win that argument or they win that conversation or they can, like, I don't know, correct somebody or something like that, they've won.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's kind of like, not necessarily. No,
you can share your thought, really. But.
Because it's kind of like, so what do we do next? Like, what do we do now? You feel me? Like, what's after this?
Solve it, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let's solve this.
And I don't see many people,
trying to solve
granted,
shit.
I'm not really I don't really know what the hell y'all doing. I don't know.
A lot of people think they're fucking right and smartest person in the room. When really, what we need to be doing is, okay, you got good ideas, you got facts, I got good ideas, I got facts, so what can we do to solve this? Let's work together. But we're not, we're fighting against each other. Yes, see, we have our clique, we're brothers, blah, 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 but we can disagree on some shit, but we still, at the end of the day, we're still here with each other, but it's not like that with everybody. Yeah. And that's kind of how it should be, even though that's a hard thing. I mean, it's not impossible, though, because nothing's impossible.
And when I say, like, accepting the rat race, because hell, I mean,
I get what you're
not
saying.
That we don't have time to, like, sit and deal with people. I mean, hell.
No, it's not even that. I mean, we're building ourselves, too. I mean, we get the investments and shit. I mean, we will. I mean, I get what you're saying, the rat race, but we're not going to be on that fucking wheel forever.
No.
I'm not. I know you're not. There's a couple other people. And the reason I say a couple other people is, fuck, worst case, I have to fucking pay for them to get out. I mean, it is what it is. I ain't fucked up with that. I mean, hell, that's the plan. Hell, if it ain't me, hell, I can't rely on somebody else. You know?
I would rather bring I'd rather bring some people that I love with me because I feel like the feeling of loneliness would weigh on you so much.
You're gonna have to have people in their circle to check you.
Yeah,
that's
because I had a conversation with somebody at work the other day. It was kind of like talking about famous people, and this and that, and kind of like not necessarily what they have to go through every day. Because I don't want to make it sound like their life is hard because they got money. But the thing about it is like having the stress of people. Like you can't just go to the store and grab a damn bottle of water. You know what I mean? You can't just go, I don't know, outside and go grocery shopping.
Oh, if you're real famous?
Yeah, like you got people that, you know what I'm saying,
like that,
walking up to you every fucking day trying to take pictures.
Like The Rock or something. Yeah.
Or, now, granted, a lot of people handle it very well.
Shaq.
Yeah. A lot of people handle it very well, but I do know that kind of gets stressful. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be. But there's good and bad with everything.
Sometimes. But as far as I say, circle of influence, I'm pretty sure they have a core group they have to kind of correct them or try to correct them when they're wrong or try to keep them focused. But I guarantee they don't have many friends. You feel me?
Not real friends.
Yeah, not real.
They got a lot of yes
because
people.
They can't. Yeah, they probably have a lot of yes men.
Yeah,
in that circle for the money.
Like, hopping you up every fucking minute when you really sometimes you can be like, hey, no, what the fuck are you doing?
But I feel like even then that would be like a lonely feeling not to have. You know what I'm saying? Because people be like, hey man, don't say like, you know what I'm saying? Don't say it like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, don't
what the
move
fuck, I can
like
say
that.
Whatever I want. Well, you can say it, but this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, or like, hey man, don't move like, don't go do this. You know what I'm saying? Or don't, you know what I'm saying? Or don't, you know?
Yeah. Don't care about the fame or if you got fame or the money or what you can. Yeah, like no, like hey, that's okay. I get it. You got this and you can do that and this and that, but fuck, make it easier on yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's not that big a deal. Okay, you can tackle that obstacle, but why put that motherfucking obstacle in your way? Yeah, you need something.
And I guarantee you that's probably what Kanye went through, right? As far as weeding out some people out of his life. You know what I'm saying?
I think they all go through that.
I don't think they do, but I think Kanye was able to do it more on a being himself mode, in other words. Yeah. Not necessarily, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I think Kanye was able to do it and break through and become stronger and greater because of it. A lot of people never necessarily maybe go through it and all of a sudden their whole career just goes...
He's appreciated
goes away.
In culture, for sure.
You know what I mean?
He's appreciated in culture, for sure. But I think he's going to be way more appreciated 100 years from now or 50 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
No, way more. Like, he's appreciated now, but I still think it's a little
people
underrated.
Don't really appreciate him until he's gone.
As big as he is, I think he's still underrated. I
will say,
he's different. Like we're all different. We're all fucking different.
Granted, I will say I don't necessarily wish death on the man by any means by me talking like this, but I will say he will be more appreciated once he's gone.
Yeah.
Because people, they don't necessarily people don't really appreciate you till you're gone. Until they can no longer have access to you, they no longer can.
And it's just a shit he says in the interview and
feed off your energy. Feed off your energy. That's when they're gonna appreciate you. When you go.
Like I'm not even speaking fucking music. I'm talking like when you
just in interviews.
General, because
just in general.
Which I don't know. I could be wrong. Everybody's different, but like for Michael, I feel like for me, Michael was more appreciated when he was here, even though I was a lot younger. But I feel like he's more appreciated when he was here than he is now that he's gone. Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like Kanye is gonna be. Like, he's still appreciated right now that he's here, but when he's gone, everybody's going to be like, this motherfucker.
The only thing I hope does not happen, though, is when it comes his time, and I put that in quotation marks, meaning when God calls him home or whatever, not necessarily when them people get him, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? But I hope what doesn't happen before his time is gone, that something doesn't come out to tarnish his fucking, you know what I'm saying? Because you talk about the Michael Jackson thing, you talk about some of the other people.
They tried to, though.
You know, how they try to, like, fuck with people, you know what I'm saying?
And I feel like
all
he's
that.
getting to that.
And I hope they don't. I just pray that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Whereas all of a sudden they just try to bring a whole bunch of bullshit and all that just to tarnish what he meant to our generation.
I mean, he got married into Hollywood and,
you know what I'm saying?
And that Hollywood family.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I hope.
And he's getting a divorce. Wonder what that. I mean, who? Probably his call too. I mean, I know he loves his kids. I know that for a fact.
I guess I really don't know what's going on with that. I really can't.
And I also heard that they when you get to that level, they you marry who they say you marry, and you for everything.
What time we on? Yeah, it's for the not necessarily for the last 2 minutes. So I want to talk about that.
What's up?
Because I feel what you're saying. We were talking behind the camera there for a second. Because I kind of had that feeling since we've been gone too, as far as I have to kind of get focused on not necessarily one thing, but I got to put my focus more into one thing than I do other things. As far as, I sat, me doing the meditation and me thinking, like, man, I think where I lack at is, one, I try to do the podcast, try to do the editing for the podcast and all that. But then I try to do the music thing, and I try to, do the music. But then I try to study the personal training thing, do the personal training thing, and then I, work 11 hours a day and all that. It's kind of like, sometimes
you got stresses and worries.
You got stresses and all that kind of other stuff, right?
Yeah.
And of course, but that's neither here nor there. I say that to say,
no, there's good shit that happens.
Help me to get focused more on one thing, which means giving up the other until I have my schedule down, so where I can actually incorporate other things. You feel me? Because I was listening to Eric Thomas the other day, and one of his videos.
We need to go to one of his things.
Don't know which video it was, but he was saying about his wife was telling him, like, yeah, you're doing good and all that, but what help you is if you had a little structure. It's kind of like, well, damn, I don't really, he's saying kind of like what I was saying, I don't really want structure, I don't really need structure, like I ain't trying to be, nobody's boss, nothing like that, I don't really, but he said something like he got his schedule down or something, and of course, motherfucker got money, so yeah, he probably pays some assistants or whatever to kind of help him out in that. But I think getting some structure and a necessarily a plan and a routine down will not necessarily, help me, but maybe help out some of y'all that are listening and watching too. If you necessarily would get a routine and a structure down. Like me, I don't necessarily have a workout plan. I don't follow one, but I do know the benefits of following a workout plan because then you know what to do and you know what you're doing and what to expect when you go in the gym, right? Me, I just go in there where I've been working out so long. I just go in there, I kind of feel it around, kind of know what I'm doing. But for some of y'all who haven't been working out a lot and you want to get started, you pick a workout plan. It helps you because then you know what to do when you go in the gym and you kind of, got that plan to follow. And maybe in life, it would help. In life, we have a life plan. Does that kind of make sense?
Well, I get what you're saying because, we do and we don't. But I really do. We do, though. We all individually know, like, what we need to do to live a better life. We all know we need to exercise. We all know we need to eat a little healthier. We all know we need to fucking be kind and be good to people. We all know we need to give and share and reach out. We all know that we need to, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get your savings accounts up. We all know we need to invest. We know what we need to do. But the problem is, I think Bob Proctor talks about it, and he said that he finally figured it out. And of course, he's 90 years old. He's been doing this since he was 26. Is when that light switched because he met somebody. But he's only with that person for 4 years until he died. And he died at a young age. The dude did. But look, we all know what we need to do. But the thing is what is it that gets you to do it? What you need to do and be consistent at it. And it's all thought. You gotta constantly. You are what you eat, but your brain is too.
I think we have to love ourselves enough. Cause I struggle
to give a fuck.
Yeah, to give a fuck. Right. So I struggle with that sometimes. Like I have to, reel myself back in. Like, bro, self love.
Like you love yourself.
Really love yourself, and you'd go run that mile. Or if you really love yourself, you'd be disciplined enough to not do that.
Like we do love ourselves.
Yeah, but
we are grateful for this chance. But it's like.
Sometimes we take it for granted, in other words.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, this is, we never died before. We've been born, and the chances of that sperm hitting that egg was 1 in 400 trillion is what they say. 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being born. I don't know if that's true, because I'm not that smart, but that's what they say.
That's what they say.
So,
if that's true, then
1 in 400 trillion chance, and we don't know what happens after you die. I know I'm infinite, I feel that. But do we really know? So, you only got one motherfucking shot at this. You can fail and come back. You can throughout life, but really
you have to want to fail.
You got one. Yeah, you got to go. You got to be swinging.
Yeah.
You can't hit a home run or strike out if you ain't swinging.
Right.
You don't know if you can. Like Matt Miller said on one of his albums, I think it was in the song 2009. I like it. I like that song. He's like, you gotta jump in to swim.
Yeah.
Like you gotta jump in to swim. Like like at some point you gotta jump in. At some point you gotta jump off the cliff to know if you can fly like a little bird.
How long did we talk about doing a podcast before we actually did the podcast? It was at least like a year or so.
Was it? I don't know.
It was. Because I remember...
Maybe brought it up or something.
Yeah, we would always bring it up.
But then we went around each other, and I still was like, I'm going to do it myself. But then we reconnected.
And then we finally started just to get our feet wet. Because, I mean, when we first started, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Still don't know what the hell we were doing. But we still do it, you know?
Yeah.
But if we had never gotten started, we would never be on episode 63 or 64, wherever the hell we at.
65, something like that,
You know what I'm saying? So you got to get started. And what would help, like I said, going back to the plan thing, like take eating better diets, eating clean, for instance. Yeah. Like we all know we should be fucking eating clean. We all know we should be having a better diet.
Well, why aren't we?
But I think for some people, because I've been thinking about it too, some people it's kind of like, well, fuck, I don't really know what to eat, or I don't really want to eat the same thing. And it's kind of like maybe if you had a diet plan, or something like that was kind of set out
and
for
just fucking follow it.
Yeah, you follow it, then that would help you out a lot. Then after you follow that for so many months, then you kind of have an idea.
And you learn more.
Now I know.
Learn more.
Yeah.
So you got an idea of what you need to do as a plan in investing. So I need to probably do. That's what I'm saying. I need to get a new plan.
Right.
This is a good thing we're kind of talking about this. So investing. Okay, you kind of get what you need to do. All you hear rich people talk about all the time. If not, you're watching too much TV and you're not actually trying to learn and get fucking mentors. Like the simple shit. Invest in silver and gold. That's God's money. Silver's got a use case with the technology and all that, and it's actually really fucking undervalued and cheap. Eventually it will fucking skyrocket, and you'll be thankful that you did it. But, stocks. There are people that's, stock. What makes the most millionaires in America every year? Real estate. So you got an investment plan. Okay, cool. You got a health plan. Okay, hey, maybe buy some land. Land just goes up. They're not making no more. But on top of that land, maybe you can grow a garden and raise your own food and be sustainable and not depend on a fucking big food company and the government. Okay? Then focus on the cash flow, which you're getting passive cash flow from the real estate and the stocks and the crypto and shit like that. But also, maybe start a business or invest, or not. That's an investment. But start a business. That's getting cash flow. That's an investment also. There's tax write-offs. There's so much to learn that they don't teach you, but it's like we do know it's there because most people are always bitching about it and complaining and using it as a fucking crutch and poor pitiful me. But really, don't hate the player, or don't hate the game, hate the player, or what is it? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yeah, don't hate the player, hate the game. And hell, you don't even really need to hate the game. You should fucking actually be grateful that there's a chance to even be. Yes, everything should be equal, but hey, it's not going to be that way. But guess what? You have the chance, especially if you're in America, and there's other big countries, England. There's, especially with technology nowadays. But, I think the future's bright. At the end of the day, I think it's bright. Maybe we'll see some shit come up, probably. But fuck, it's how you handle that shit.
Will there be another, viral disease? Yes, there will be.
Maybe. It might be 100 years from now. But will there be another...
Because you got to think, in our lifetime, we went through what? Of course, the swine flu.
I think the
Ebola.
I think the dollar is going to collapse.
Now we went through COVID.
I think we're going to be in the new monetary system. I think the one world, one government, they're priming everybody. If you got kids, they're giving you $250 a month for each kid. And they're giving you that 6 months before tax return. That's
babies.
That's your tax return though. So whatever you're getting on your tax return, instead of getting it for your tax return, whenever the beginning of the year, they're paying you 6 months ahead of time. With monthly payments. That's because they keep fucking printing all this money, and they gotta find ways to distribute it, not only put it in their pocket, but when they put it in their pocket, what are they doing? They're buying real estate, they're buying franchises, they're buying land, they're buying, you get what I'm saying? That's what the politicians and the rich are doing. They're printing all this fucking money. The reason it's got a value is because we're still saying it does, and we're holding on to that. And that's what they want. They want us to hold on to that. It has actual value just a little bit longer, and then it's done. And what's going to happen when it's done? They got it programmed to where a lot of us, not me, because I'm awake to it, but hopefully extended a little longer because I am awaiting. I can actually, prepare for the collapse. But they got it. They got us programmed to where most people, especially in America. I don't know how it is in other countries, but I can only imagine because there is countries way worse. But even the top countries that were dependent on the government. And what the fuck is that? We're all human, like we're all born, like we should all have free will and free. There should be a little bit of structures and some type of laws, but
yeah, I feel like you need some sort of structure, but not like I get what you're saying though.
But it's your life. We're all and then there's others. I mean, you can get deeper and 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 deeper, and that's with anything. Space, fucking ideas, the Earth is fuck. Who knows if we've actually, know what every inch of Earth is like, and then you got the ocean and space, and they say we know more about space than we do the ocean. But hey, how do we know that's fucking true? How do I know that's true?
I think that's cool.
You can say all you want. Oh well, he's an astrophysicist and he's a fucking top of the world class marine bio or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? But how do I know? How do I know?
I think that's.
How do I know? How do I know? Me personally. Well, do your fucking research. Okay, I can do all this fucking research and I'm reading shit on paper and fucking on a computer on Google and shit, but how do I know that's even fucking real?
That's a good. I'm glad you brought that up.
How do I know any of this is real?
I was driving the car like back from lunch. That's like a random thought popped into my head. And it's kind of like not necessarily that, like to build on what you were saying.
Yeah.
As far as like just a random thought, like how many times do you research something? Like you actually you type into Google, and you go to like the second and third page of Google.
And you read more than one page. Like you actually
not many people do.
Yeah.
Like if you don't see what you're searching for doesn't pop up in the first 2 or 3 little links or whatever, you don't even go further. Yeah. Like you don't go to the second, third page or fourth page of the search.
I read through
And me learning a lot about business, a lot of these fucking articles and business they pay for their article to be on the first page of Google.
It's just like a generic.
You know what I'm saying? Like they paid for that.
Yeah.
So therefore, maybe the company that's telling you the truth, or this article,
that's part of the agenda
that's telling you the truth, doesn't have the money to put their actual article on the first page of Google, so it's on like the second, third, but you miss it.
And it's the truth. And it's the truth.
Yeah.
But like Kanye said, Kanye said, it was in that interview, Joe Rogan. He's like, I think he said, truth is crazy in a world full of lies or a world full of evil. Like the truth is considered crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like people that speaking the truth and the shit that's real, like you're a conspiracy theorist, you're crazy, you're an outcast, you're this and that, and you're belittled and you're pushed down and you're brought back up just to get knocked back down. Like hell, thing about Tebow, like he's trying to push good and shit like that, but then he's always brought back up. Oh, he's gonna do this and that, blah blah blah, and then he's kicked back down. It's like just a humiliation of just a you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think he's good enough. I think he's a good enough athlete to play any fucking offense position. I mean, let's be real. He's fat. I mean, yeah. But you get what I'm saying, right? And then everybody's Kanye's crazy, this and that, but really, who knows? Like, what if he's just telling the truth? And that's why I think he's under like he's gonna be appreciated more when he's gone, even though he's still really highly appreciated now to a lot. But the people that's not fucking with him now is gonna wake up and be like, damn, you know. It's crazy, dude.
The same thing for us. Y'all may not appreciate us now, right?
No, we're culture.
You know what I'm saying?
Heavy crowns.
Y'all may not appreciate us now, but once we start giving y'all access to us, you know what I'm saying?
No,
then y'all really gonna fucking be sorry as shit, because then y'all got to go back and watch all 840 episodes of Heavy Crowns just to get this value. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna be like, damn, this. Like how I feel about the Rogan podcast. Like he was in front of the computer. They're gonna be like, what the fuck?
But for the ones that's here now,
I
appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
And we love y'all, and I promise you that the return on investment is going to come tenfold to y'all. Investing your time, because you ain't got to sit there and watch this shit. You ain't got to sit here or sit there and listen to us, but you did. You made it to this far, and we appreciate you.
We've been pretty consistent.
You've made it to 65, 60 something episodes. We appreciate you, and if you're new, like I said, hopefully you make it to 60 episodes more.
We're starting to get a little better. We gotta do one outside.
I actually, I not to have it set up. With the fire pit down there and all that kind of stuff, I think we can do it. But But yeah, so for the ones here and new, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys see what we're about, right? Self-development, self-discipline, culture, knowledge
out.
of self. Yeah, trying to figure it out. No, we won't have all the right answers. No, you ain't got to agree with everything. But we would appreciate if you guys would communicate.
Yeah, if you want to add something on with what we talked about, please feel free.
If you know something we don't know,
you
have something to add of value, please do that in the comment section, or do it in the if you don't feel comfortable in the comment section, DM me. Or DM cool. Levi, or message him, whatever. But we do appreciate the feedback that we do get. We appreciate the support that we do have.
Hell, you can get my number is 865-773-3595. 865-773-3595. Shoot me a text. Fuck. I mean, really.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, if you really got,
yeah, please, if anything, just show us some love. You can do that by subscribing to the podcast.
Liking it,
sharing it, following us on all social media platforms. And then also showing us love by just representing Heavy Crowns. Right? Representing Heavy Crowns by writing down your goals, hitting your goals, reading, different books, more books, doing whatever the hell it is you want to do that you think is going to make yourself better. That's how you can represent Heavy Crowns. But,
let's start this like every other Sunday, like how we were doing. Even if we can do it every Sunday, but like running. Even if we ain't recording like the little run, because then I can record on my phone a little video, like click, and then I can upload it to my phone to the YouTube page, and that way it'll help out.
It's easy to say now, but fun fact, because I ran 2 miles today, I was actually going to go run on that little trail today that we used to run on. But I was like, no, I was not at the gym. So that's how I ran at the gym. So fun fact for that. But yeah, that's cool.
And if you're local and you got weights, holler at me. I'm looking about, I really would like kettlebells, but anyways, I love y'all.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up so maybe we can get
I love y'all.
Leave our home to his family.
Heavy Crowns, baby.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Peace.